If you want to learn how to use ClickFunnels 2.0 to create and send powerful email campaigns that will boost your conversions and sales, then you're in the right place. In this video, I will show you step by step how to set up your email list, create your email templates, write engaging and persuasive email copy, schedule and send email broadcasts, or automated sequences, segment your list and send targeted messages, and track and analyze your email performance. This is Email Marketing with ClickFunnels 2.0, a complete guide. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing you have to do is create a ClickFunnels 2.0 account. If you already have one, you can proceed. In case you don't have an account yet, you can create one through the link in the description. This link will also give you a 30-day free trial, so you can test out all the features of ClickFunnels 2.0 without any risk. After you create your account, you can log into your ClickFunnels 2.0 dashboard. If you are a new user, then you will be asked to create a workspace. But if you already have an account, then I hope you already have a workspace. As you can see, I have my workspace with the name Indish Marketer. As I told you, you know that we will start with email marketing. Because at the beginning of the video, I told you that we will learn how we can create and send email campaigns. So, to get started with the emails, first we will need a funnel or an opt-in page so that we can collect emails. Or you can simply upload contacts, but here we will show you how you can do email marketing in the right way. First, we will create a funnel that we call it a lead funnel. And in that lead funnel, we will have opt-ins to collect email addresses. So then, with the collected email addresses, we will set up workflows. And this workflow automation will automatically send emails. And that's what our goal is, as I told you in the beginning. Now, before I create the lead funnel, I have some important settings that I need to do. That is setting up the email marketing settings. There are some important email marketing settings that I have to do because I just started my account recently. That's why I need to do the settings. Otherwise, after creating the lead funnel, I will not be able to create workflows without finishing the marketing setting first. So now, I will click on Marketing. Now, I have to fill out the address of sender, and here I am the sender of the emails. And then, you can see that I have to fill out all the missing informations. So now, let me fill it out. My name, my address, so and so on. After that, in the unsubscribe footer, I will right-click here to unsubscribe. Next, you have options to hide the ClickFunnels badge in your email, or you can simply keep it. Then we have to enter a company email address or a system email address. So we already have an email address that is provided by ClickFunnels, but use your own professional email address instead. I will show you later how to do that. In the reply to address, I will keep my personal email address. For the marketing email address, I will use the ClickFunnels email address. And for reply to address, I will use my personal email address. Then, I will click on Save to save my email settings. Now, to add a new email address, that is our professional email address, I will click on Email Addresses. Now I will edit my workspace email provided by ClickFunnels. I will remove the existing username and change it to Indish Marketer. I will change my workspace name to Indish Marketer. Then I will click on Update. Now, if you want to add your own professional email address that is connected with your domain, then you can add it by clicking on Add Email Address. After that, you can enter the name of the workspace. Then you can enter the username of your professional email that is connected with ClickFunnels. But as you can see, I have no domains that I have connected with ClickFunnels. So, I need to add a new domain. Then I will go to DKIM keys to authenticate my professional email with ClickFunnels. This is important because we need DKIM keys to tell the users that we are the original senders, not someone else impersonating us. To add the email address, I will click on here. Then I will click on Connect Existing Domain. Then I will enter my domain name, that is www.indishmarketer.com. Then I will click on Continue. Then I will click on Add Domain. Now, to connect my domain, I mean to authenticate my domain with ClickFunnels, I will click on this blue colored text that says clicking here. Then I will click on Continue. Okay, then you can see that it will take some time to analyze it. Once it's analyzed, then you can authorize it with your domain provider. So in my case, it is Cloudflare, but I will not do that. You can just click on Authorize with Cloudflare or whatever your domain provider is. It will automatically authorize and connect it. So that's the last step to do. But I will not do it because my domain is already connected with other tools. If you follow this step, you can definitely connect your domain, and this will be your sender email address. So these are all the steps. So, in my case, I will go with the email address that is given by ClickFunnels. But one thing you should know is that this email address can make your emails go to the spam folder. So it's better to use your professional email. Now if I go to the marketing settings, then you can see that I have done all the settings. So, I now will move to workflows to see if everything is all right. Now, before we create a workflow, we need to create a funnel so that we can set up the workflow. We can automate everything in the workflow. That's why I will go to Funnels and I will create our first lead funnel or opt-in page. So I will click on Create Funnel and I will change the funnel name to Lead Funnel. Then I will click on Create Funnel again. Now you can see it is taking some time to load. Now, after it's loaded, we are on the funnel steps. Now here we need to add how many funnel steps we want. For example, opt-in page, thank you page, whatever. Now I will click on the plus icon to add the first step of the funnel. And then I will click on page to add a new page. After you click on the page, you will be taken to the templates section, where you need to choose a template for your opt-in page. Okay, now you can select any one of them from the given templates. There are some beautiful templates here. So from here, I will select this black book squeeze page. Now you can edit the name of your page. Then you can write a little description of the page if you want. You can also change the URL of the page. Here I will go with the default style. Then you have an option to index the page in the search engine. You can turn it on if you want to index it in the search engine, but I will just skip it. Then I will click on Create Page. Then we will be back to funnel steps. Now we need to add another page, and that is the thank you page. So I will click on the plus icon again. Again, from the right side of the screen, I will select Page, and then I will click on Thank You. Then I will have all the templates for the thank you page, and I will select one of them. Now, after selecting, you can also follow the same steps as before. The way we followed creating the earlier page. Then, just click on Create Page. Now you can see that we are back to the funnel steps. You can see that our funnel is in test and we will make it active when we are done with editing. Now we will go to the settings. Then we will select the domain that we want our funnel to be hosted on. I have to go with the ClickFunnels subdomain. Now then I will click on Update Funnel. Now I will edit the first page. And to edit the first page, I will click on Edit. The editor is opening. So now you can see that the editor is open finally. Now we will start editing the page. Now in this page, I am not going to cover all the designing and copywriting stuff. In this video, I am just going to cover how we can put a proper call to action in a proper form. Our opt-in form should be correct and our call to action should be proper so that we can get the leads. So here I will just do some editing and I will just edit some portions and then I will add some text and then I will also add a pop-up so you can watch me editing. Now, once I have added the text, now I will go to the button settings. This is the most important thing. You can see that the button text is Get Access Now. And then we will see what action it will take when someone will click on the button. So you can see that when someone will click on the button, it will submit the form and it will automatically redirect to the next page. So that's enough. We don't need any other actions. The additional text in the page, you can keep it as it is or if you want to replace it with your additional text or you can also add other text. But here I am just showing it as an example, so I will just skip it. I will not add any additional text or I will not replace it. Then I will click on Save to save this editing. Now from the left of the screen, I will go to the second step, that is the thank you page. And here I will not do much editing. The only thing I will do is to add a custom link to the button. And that could be any link. If you are giving an ebook, then you can just put the download link of the ebook. But here I will just put a link of my website. So once I have done that, I will just click on Save to save the settings. Now I will go back to the first page again to add a pop-up. Here I will add a pop-up so that when someone comes to the website and when they leave the website, they will see a pop-up. So I will click on Pop-up. Then I will click on Show Pop-up. Then I will click on a new section. Then I will select the width of the pop-up, small. Then I will select one column. Then I will add a headline. Now I will edit the headline. You can add text that is attention-grabbing. That makes people take action. After that, I will click on Add Section. Then I will again select the small width, followed by one column. From there, I will drag and drop the input. You can simply click on it. Then I will click on Add Row. After that, I will click on Button to add a button here. And then I will go to the button settings and see if everything is alright or if I need to do any settings. You can see that everything is alright. So, when someone clicks on that button, it will submit the form. So now we will click on Save to save the editing. Now one more setting left with the pop-up. We want to show the pop-up when someone leaves the website. To do that, we have to click on Edit Pop-up Settings. See the option that says Trigger on Exit. From this option, we have a drop-down. Now from this drop-down, we will select Show when user tries to exit. Then I will click on Save to save the funnel. And yeah, now we can preview the funnel and see how it looks like and how it works. From here, we will directly go to the live page. Then in this email form, we will enter one of our email addresses to see if it works or not. Then after entering the email, we will click on Submit. Now once it's submitted, you can see that we are redirected to the thank you page. Now let's see if the thank you page button works or not. If I click on the button, you can see that I am redirected to my website. So it's working. Now we will go back to the funnel steps, and we will go to the settings to change the test mode to active mode. You can see the option Test Mode, and you can select No. Then you can click on Update Funnel. So now your funnel is active. You can see that your funnel is live now. Then we will go back to the funnel dashboard and now you can see that we have one lead. You can see here, that's what we entered just now. If I go to contacts, then you can see the email address that I just entered now. Hence, it means that our funnel is working, and now we can go to the workflow to create our first workflow and automate our work. Now, before we create a workflow, we need some contacts so that we can send them emails. So for that, you can upload contacts. Like if you have existing contacts and you have the contacts in CSV files, then you can simply click on Import CSV. Then you can click on Upload File. And now you can see that I already have a CSV file that contains 20 contacts, and I will just select it and now it will be uploaded. And then you can do the mappings. And this is where it will map first names with corresponding first names and emails with corresponding emails. Then you can click on Continue. Now you can see the field mappings. In that we have a CSV column. Then we have to map it here. We have to map the first name with first name because then it will show all the first names in the place of first name and emails in the place of email. But I think there is an error because you can see that we can only select one option from here. That's why I will go with the email because we need email. So I guess these contacts are going to create a problem. So I guess there is an error in the functionality of ClickFunnels 2.0 while importing CSV contact. Then I will click on Continue. Now you can see that our contacts are uploaded. Now in the field mapping, you can see that we have first name, email, and last name and all that stuff. But in the contact field, we have only email. So I guess this is going to create a problem. Then just check the boxes below to make sure that you have the permission to send them emails and they are 18 years old. After that, I will click on Perform Import Action. After that, you can see that 19 contacts imported and 2 failed to import. So now let me see and go to Contacts. I will click on Contacts and see whether our contacts have been imported or not. Now, as I told you, you can see that we have all the emails, but they are unsubscribed. Because if you see the emails, then you can see that with the emails we have some kind of dates and some other stuff. There should be only emails, not any kind of symbols and other stuff, dates and all. So yeah, these are all unsubscribed emails. So these contacts are not important for us. I will delete them later. And what I need is subscribed emails. Now let us create our first workflow. And to create our first workflow, we will click on Marketing. You can see that we are on Workflows. So now we will click on Add New Workflow. Then I will name our workflow. I will name it Welcome Series. Then you can see Run Type where you have to select how many times you want to run the workflow per contact. I will go with any one of the options because it doesn't matter for me. Then I will click on Create Workflow. Now it will take some time to load the workflow dashboard. And now once the dashboard is loaded, we have to set our first trigger. You can see that there is no trigger set, so I will click here to set our first trigger. After that, I will click on Add a Trigger. Then I have to select the trigger event type. I will select Opt-in because when someone opts in, we want our workflow to get triggered. Then we will select Funnel as Lead Funnel. Then we will select the page which is Black Book Squeeze page. So let me explain what action it will take. When someone comes to our lead funnel, I mean this Black Book page, then when they submit their email, then our workflow will get triggered. Now to execute this workflow, I need to turn it on active. Once it is activated, I will click on Create a Trigger. Now you can see our trigger is created. Then you can also add additional triggers if you want, but I will just close it. Now I will click on the plus icon to add an action when the workflow gets triggered. On the right of the screen, we have many options to select. And from all of these options, I will select Tag Contact. What this will do is that when someone submits their email, this workflow will automatically add a tag to that contact. And now I name the tag. I will name it Initial Leads. Then I will click on Create Step. After that, I will again click on the plus icon to add another action. So I will select Send Email from the right of the screen. Then we have all our email templates from ClickFunnels. You can go with any one from here or you can choose any other category. But from here, I will go with Russell Brunson style template. Now I will name it Welcome Series. Now to create the subject line and the email content, I will open my lead funnel that is the Black Book Squeeze page. From there, I will select and copy all the content. And then I will directly jump to Bing Chat. In the Bing Chat, I will paste the copied content. And after pasting, I will write a thank you email to the subscriber for registering for the free Black Book. Here is the guide. Then I will hit enter and Bing Chat will take a few seconds to create the email for me along with the subject line. So now you can see that it has finally generated an email for us. So first we will copy the subject line of the email. And you can see that the subject line is great. Then we will go to our email editor. And then we will paste this copied text here in the subject line. Now after the subject line, we need a pre-headline. So we will go back to Bing Chat and we will ask it to create a pre-headline. In the chat bar, I will type, "Can you write a pre-headline?" Then it will start generating. While it generates the pre-headlines, I will go back to the editor. And here I will choose the sender address. I will choose the ClickFunnels mail. After that, we will come back to Bing Chat and then we will copy the pre-headline that it generated, the first one. Then we will go back to the editor. And then we will paste the copied text in the pre-headline box. Once done, I will click on Create, and then you can see that our email step is added to the workflow. Now in the next step, we will complete the whole workflow. So to do that, I will again click on the plus icon, and then from the left of the screen, I will find Delay, and I will select it. Now why I am adding delay? The reason I am adding delay is that I will make it like 2 or 3 days delay, so that the workflow should continue and it will take 2 to 3 days gap, and then it will again send another email. Here I will go with 2 days delay, and then I will click on Create. After that, I will again click on the plus icon to add another action in the workflow. So it will be an email. From the right of the screen, I will select Send Email. Now I will choose the template the way I have chosen previously. If you want to name this email or add a subject, you can do it. But here I will skip it. You can see that we have added the last email, and in this way you can take gaps and you can add another email, or you can simply end the workflow here. So now I will edit the first email, and to do that, I will click on the 3 dots and then I will click on Edit Email. Then it will take some time to load the email editor. Now once the editor is open, I will go to the Bing chat where we have generated our email. I will copy the entire email and I will come back to the email editor. Then I will simply paste the copied text here on the email editor. After that, I will remove all the unnecessary text that is not important right now, for example this subject line. Now you can see this hi there. So we will replace there with the first name attribute, so that whenever we send an email, it will say like Hi Sam, like Sam is the first name of our contact. And to add this attribute, I will click on Merge Tags, and from there, I will select Contact First Name. As you can see, the attribute is added. Then I will add the link of the ebook or any link that you want to add here. You can do that by selecting the text and then clicking on the link icon, and then you can simply paste the link. So these are the simple steps that you need to take while editing and creating any email. So now if you want to add additional stuff, or if you want to change the template, or if you want to see if there is any error, then you can see on the right side of the screen that you have setting. So I will click on Save to save the email. And if you click on Content on the right side of the screen, you can see that you can insert image, text, buttons, and all that stuff if you want. But I am just keeping this because it is just a sample email. That's why I am skipping it. You can do all that if you want. So from the left of the screen, I will click on the second email in the workflow and I will open it in the editor. So now you can see that the editor is open, and here you can edit the email like previously. But I will keep it because it is a sample email. And this is just an example. So I will go back to the workflow settings, and here I will click on Status. And now I will enable the workflow status. I will turn on the workflow so that the workflow will start working. To turn on the workflow, I have to click on Enable. But before I enable it, I will add another step in the workflow. Before I send the first email, I will add a 5 minutes delay. And to do that, I will click on the plus icon before the first email. From the right side of the screen, I will again select Delay. I will keep it as a 5 minutes delay. Then I will click on Create, and now you can see that another action is added in the workflow. Now before I turn on the workflow, I will first delete all the contacts that I have imported, because they are not important. They are all unsubscribed contacts and they have no importance. The reason is that I will delete these contacts because the workflow may start working on these contacts accidentally. That's why I will delete all the contacts. After some time, you can see that I have deleted all the contacts. Now I will only have the fresh contacts, those who will sign up through my lead funnel. To demonstrate that, I will open my page that is Black Book Squeeze page. In the contact form, I will submit one of my emails. After submitting the email, I will come back to the contacts, and you can see here that we have one contact here, and it is a subscribed email. But one thing you have noticed is that our tag is not added. So we will go to the workflow and see if that tag is working or not. I already turned on the workflow while I was deleting the contacts. It might take some time, like 5 minutes, to show the tag in the contact. After a few minutes, I come back to the contacts, and now you can see that we have the tag initial leads. So it means that the workflow started working. So I think in the next 5 minutes, we will get an email in our mailbox. To demonstrate this workflow working, I will try with another contact. So I will open the opt-in page again, and then I will enter another email address, and then I will submit. After submitting, we will come back to the contacts, and now you can see that our contact is here with an email address, but there is no tag. But I know that after some time, this initial leads tag will be added to this email address also. I will come back after a few minutes. Now after coming back, you can see that our tag is added. Now we will go back to the workflow. And now you understand that we have to end this workflow, because if this continues, then it may show an error. So to end this workflow, you can see at the bottom of this workflow, I have end path. So here the workflow will end. And how can you add this? Let me remove this end path and show you. After removing that, I will click on this plus icon, and after clicking on the plus icon on the right side of the screen, I will find end path, and then I will select the end path. So now you can see that this is the end of our workflow. Now let's see if we have received an email in our email box or not. So I will go to my email and you can see that the email has arrived in the spam folder. And as I told you in the beginning, we will come to the spam folder because this is just provided by ClickFunnels and many users are using this email right now with the same domain. So it will definitely come to your spam folder. So you have to make sure that you use a professional email so that it should not come to the spam folder. Now I will again open another Gmail account to see whether I have received the email or not. Then I will go to the spam folder. You can see that the email also arrived in the spam folder in this mail too. Now we will see in which step of the workflow we are right now. So to see that, we will go to the workflow. On the top right corner, we will click on the 3 dots. Then from there, I will turn on the analytics. You can see that 2 contacts were in the initial leads. Then 2 contacts were in the 5 minutes delay, 2 contacts were in welcome series. And you can see that 2 contacts are in this 2 days delay step. This way, actions will be taken according to the rules set up in the workflow. Now to see which step is active currently. Then you can click on the 3 dots again and then you can click on View Active Runs. Then you can see that right now both of the emails are in the current step, that is 2 days delay. So they are in this step. After 2 days, another email will be sent to the contacts. Before you start email marketing, I would like to give you an instruction and also a warning. Make sure that you set up the DKIM keys and you should add your professional email address. Otherwise, you will not be able to do email marketing with ClickFunnels Mail. That's going to create a problem. Since we are talking about email marketing, we should also talk about broadcasts, like sending regular newsletters to your subscribers. So for that, I will go to Broadcasts. Then I will click on Create Broadcast. And then you can see that you have so many templates and you can choose any one of them depending on your requirement. And then you can edit the email and then you can click on Save and Exit. Then you can choose the broadcast name and then you can choose the topic. You can write the subject line. Then you can also choose which email address you want to send it to. After you are done with writing the subject line, then you can send the email immediately or you can schedule it for later. These are all the steps that you should take while creating a broadcast. So I am not going to cover in detail about broadcast. You can do it on your own. You can go to the analytics to see how many page views, how many conversions, how many leads you got, and all other stuff. You have to go to the analytics and you will find all the details here. So these are all the steps that you need to take while starting email marketing with ClickFunnels 2.0. Now, if you have any other questions regarding email marketing with ClickFunnels 2.0, or if you have any struggle with creating workflows or creating email campaigns or any issues, then you can drop a comment and I will try to make a video on that on your questions. So for now, that's all for today. See you in the next video.